As we work towards getting the 928 rolling under its own electric power, the next few episodes will be quite technical. So if you want to see some driving, then maybe go and check out the review Mark and I did in a lovely V12 Ferrari last week. But if you enjoy seeing how things work, and you like Matt's very messy Aladdin's Cave workshop, you're in the right place. Today we have to sort out the 928's very annoying brakes. Finally, the master cylinder repair kit's arrived, and it'll prove to be a messy, fiddly and tedious task getting it back together. I'm glad Matt's doing it, not me. What language do you want?
Dutch.
Dutch?
So, yeah, they don't look the same.
No, they don't.
Our old one's got another seal, which the new one doesn't. Well, this actually pressurizes this chamber here, so where this doesn't have a cup that points that way.
Yeah.
So this is for like a 2 outlet reservoir, I'd say, where we have 2 outlets and 3.
There's only one type of kit available.
This sits there, so it's actually building up pressure in here and in there. And what does this one here actually do? Because when this bottoms out, this here, so when it bottoms out there, this spring here, this seal,
it doesn't go past that.
It doesn't go past that. So is that actually, why is that actually there? Relax point, no brake pedal, and brake pedal.
Yep.
So this is going to be our pressure seal, building up pressure in this chamber and coming out here and there.
Yep.
So these two should, you'd think, see even pressure. But this one here, if there was a port, say here, it would build pressure up in it. But it actually wouldn't, because then this distance to there and there, that wall moves with it.
That doesn't change.
So this shouldn't be building up pressure.
No, between that one there. Yep. Correct.
This is moving to a fixed point, which is this wall.
Yes.
So this and this, I actually don't think that seal is actually used.
And that's why it doesn't exist on.
That's why it doesn't exist on the neck on the new revision kit. Of course, yeah.
Someone in the factory said, "Warum haben wir dieses Seal?" I said, "Ich weiß nicht."
Why is that seal there?
So können wir es Abfall machen.
That's it. This is moving with that, so it's never actually.
Ja.
It's never building pressure or.
Das ist unnötig.
So we have.
Wir brauchen es nicht.
So these two should be seeing even pressure, you think?
Ja, ja.
So if we crack that, there should be no pressure there, essentially.
Jawohl.
So.
Genau.
All right, let's try this. I think we might be good now.
Porsche had a habit of constantly changing things mid-year, so it's a generic kit for a number of different types of cylinders. And I'm so glad Matt's able to figure it out, because I'm contributing nothing except useless commentary delivered in bad German. You understand my German?
Mate.
Your German's a little rusty. Very good. I got it.
And we have, even the picture shows one with 2 cups, but our new one doesn't even have 2 cups. So these instructions aren't even suitable for the kit they're sending.
How useless is that?
So we have that, and our next one is our next spring, which is this guy here, and that just sits over there. So really this goes in first, and then we put in our lock, which stops this.
Yep.
So we can do that comfortably now. We'll get some fresh brake fluid. Just want to see if there's nothing folded over. No, they look all right.
That's nice.
When you push them in, you push it, it's trying to fold it outwards.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
You don't want to pull it out and find the seals folded over on itself.
No, fold it over.
Looks beautiful.
Looks good.
Nice and smooth, and it's found its detent.
But, so this here comes apart, so we know we must get this new cup.
Yep.
Now, how does that come apart? Does it just... Oh, it looks like there's a... maybe an Allen key. Is there a thread in there? Yeah, there is too.
It's a tamper-proof Torx, not an Allen key.
Yeah. They probably thought, no, we'll never rebuild this. No one will ever rebuild these. Yet here we are. So, if we get our new one of these, even this is slightly different. Yep, it's got 3 holes in there.
There's a new one here.
Oh, that must allow fluid to pass this way. But then when there's pressure in this chamber, it blocks those 3 ports. So we've got this guy here. Just got to make sure we use the right cup. That looks like the one. So we need to compress this guy.
Hopefully it doesn't go all over the workshop.
That's it. They usually do.
Appropriate torque.
See that? Perfect. Alright, that's on. This is now the laboratory, which is spotless clean. They've given us a couple of parts. What's the different thicknesses? No, looks alright. So this guy here, just thinking this is quite sloppy on there. That one got a smaller inner hole. We put our new washer here, and here, and our cup seal, which would be one of these big ones. 00121. Yeah, so they're identical. This goes this way, hold our fluid in, and then we have this guy, which they don't give us a new one of it, I don't think.
No. Look, I have to admit I'm feeling quite anxious seeing all these little bits scattered everywhere. If you're wondering why Matt doesn't have a large, pristine laboratory workbench, well, of course he does. It's just stacked to the ceiling with stuff and other projects.
Of course, this is a different picture. Look at the spacing between the cups. Ours is super close, so this picture is totally wrong. This is how we pulled it apart. This is how it's going together. Actually, I'm going to pull this out again. I have a feeling. Yes. If you look here, our stops, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We reference, say, just our endpoints there. Look how much further up this is. What limits it coming out is, well, originally it was this guy on here and the circlip here.
Yep.
So this face here is our limiter. Now it sits out further. Does that make sense? Or it comes in that bit more because we have this extra piece here. That makes sense.
Man, this is such a puzzle. This is not easy.
Yeah. This cup here is in the same spot,
Yep.
which is important. That's our pressure building cup. This is just so it doesn't go back up into the booster.
Yep.
And this also has a hole in the side, which goes straight through.
Does it?
Yeah, which our washer has underneath there. So that gives us our correct spacing.
One eternity later.
I've laboriously studied it now. We've looked at all the diagrams, and this is our best attempt.
We think this is it. So this looks right. So that's about as far down as it goes.
Yep.
Which is just about exposing our circlip groove.
Yes. There's our new circlip, and this one has got ears on it,
Yes.
thankfully. All right, you're in.
And that's in. Just make sure that...
And I put some of this nice Syntheso Glep, which is a great name. Mate, just like I bought one.
Yeah, you can feel the resistance in the cups. It doesn't push anywhere, and it's still smooth and nice, but we spent what we thought would be 10 minutes. Took us
It's never 10 minutes.
an hour.
We'll put some fluid in it and see if it holds pressure.
That's it. It all went together as we think it should be.
And you know what? I think we might just keep these old bits just in case.
No, what have we learned with old cars? Don't throw out anything ever.
Okay, well done, Matt. We'll put it in the car. Next step. And see if it holds pressure.
Let's do it.
3 weeks later.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Matt's hands. He needs to look after them all. He needs to wear gloves, doesn't he? I worry for him. All right, well, we've got 3 brake circuits to connect. Hopefully all that brake fluid you put in there doesn't end up back in there again, which is what happened last time. That was bad. And of course you will have noticed my high voltage battery connection. This connects to the battery, which is going to be right about the back of it, about right here.
Pump it up.
Pumping, holding,
Just keep it like that. Just a bit of pressure on there.
keeping the pressure on, holding at about 40,
Yep, pump it up.
pumping. Yeah, it's not coming much higher.
Yep.
Soft, but it's not going all the way down.
Yeah, good. Good start.
Okay, it might just be working. So many features that a 1980 Porsche does not have. Bluetooth. There's no reason why we wouldn't connect the speakers, and then we'll have all the audio working. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, it wouldn't be so nice if we can get the aircon connected again, wouldn't it? Wow. Android Auto. Why not? Apple CarPlay. Connected for calls and audio. Reverse. Here we are. Hello. Hello. Look, it's playing the latest inCARnation video, Let There Be Volts. Or FM, or AM. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what a disgusting, untidy mess. You'll never get it working. Well, you're right about the first thing, and I hope you're wrong about the second, because it's not always going to stay this way. We just need to get to a point where we can push that throttle, the wheels go round. That's all I want to prove, and then everything comes out again. So you might think, why am I getting rid of all this stuff when it serves a useful purpose, making the 928 such a quiet, comfortable car? Why am I taking out the sound deadening? Well, 3 reasons. Weight. Secondly, it's really untidy. And thirdly, it's broken up, and where the cracks are, it's letting moisture in, and it's just part of the problem, not the solution. So we'll replace it with something better. And there's a 4th reason. It just feels strangely satisfying to do it. Cleaning something up, not just letting Matt do all the work. It's a good thing this body's galvanised. So, does that look any better? What do you mean, no? That's a nice little sharp tool.
Sure is. Just gets that rubber edge out of there. So we've got the riv nuts all in.
Righto, beautiful.
And the bracket, so that should sit like that.
Excellent. Nice and simple. So we've dispensed with the steel frame that was under it and just put a nice lightweight aluminium one on.
2 high ones and 1 low one.
Yep. And those cables are just down there on the way to the battery in the front. So the charger's going to sit. Oh, gee, that's heavy. No, it's the other way. Like that, yeah.
Because this is quite heavy and large.
Yes.
And there's cables coming in and out.
Yeah.
You're going to have some sort of structure to it.
I'll get that out of the way. But it should go as close as possible to the one below, just to get the weight down. And closer to the tunnel. So yeah, once you hack those brackets off, that'll be a start.
Yeah, because of the weight, it needs something, you know, strong, so.
Beautiful, mate. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Start grinding.
We can't have an episode without sparks.
Because it'd be nice if we could keep it just under this height of this rail here,
Absolutely. Yeah, although you can see the motor's higher here, so there will be the floor level, the false floor will be at about this height. So you do have plenty of room above it. Water pumps and expansion tanks here, just a short run to there, and then the coolant lines running forward to the battery.
All right, we might bolt this to this now.
Okay.
In a minute too.
Okay. No, it's good.
Which it won't matter because this won't be seen, will it?
It'll be effectively part of the engine department.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty much where it needs to sort of be.
Oh, look at that.
So that on that ledge.
So Matt, while we're over here, I couldn't help noticing this rather nice piece of engineering. Can you explain what it is you've done here and why? What is it?
It's a Renault Megane 3 engine. This one's no good. As you can see, it's got a hole in the block there.
What, threw a leg out of bed, did it?
Yeah, I don't actually know the scenario. You'll never truly know when a customer says, or an owner says, I was just idling it and it threw a rod. Sure, hey, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, essentially we need to make more power out of it. So this is the dummy engine, and this is a G3900 turbo. It's a big turbo, it's on an angle. We need to clear. This just fits between the firewall, just. I had to angle it just so I can clear the speed sensor here.
Okay, so you fitted it and you've
we've kind of clocked it because it's all on V-band, V-band, V-band. You never have seized bolts. Hey, if this nut shears or doesn't want to come off, you cut that there and the joint, and you buy another one.
Okay.
There's no drilling. You don't bother. You just replace it. So.
And you've fabricated this entire
Yeah, this is
manifold.
all. This is 3.5 inch.
They're normally a lot smaller than that.
Yeah, these are about 2.6 or 2.7.
So you've made up all this entire.
Made this manifold, yeah. So
That's really tidy.
it's not quite finished yet, but it's all schedule 40, so it's got like a 4 mil wall, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's very heavy, the manifold, but this thing will be glowing red. So,
Yep.
and obviously reverse rotation turbo, but no internal gate, so we've had to go external. And we can't run this gate over here because here's the starter. There's no room because the starter's here. This number 2 runner has to come around. We can't put the wastegate anywhere here, so it looks like it's poor packaging, but
That looks very nice packaging there, mate.
if you look at what we got to deal with, we can't just push the firewall back
No.
4 inches. If we could, it'd be unreal. So this will be a screamer, but you could put it back into the pipe. And V-band here.
And out.
And out, so
Nice. It's actually incredibly compact. Nice job.
bit of a squeeze, but then you got a 900 horsepower rated turbo.
What sort of power and boost will you be running on this? Any idea?
Mid-20s maybe. He's going to install a Motec on it, so he'll have full control over.
Okay.
It's going to be reasonably high. It's
300 kilowatts or?
No more, yeah, over 400.
Over 400 kilowatts?
Yeah, so
Okay. From a little 2.5 litre.
it's going to be forged, so where the ceiling is, I don't think any Megane in Australia has this, will have what this will have. Is it going to split the block in half at 600 horsepower? Who knows? Will we get there? Who knows? It's going to run 8 injectors, but it's just a lot of work. This is the first one, so many bends in that to get it all, so we got clearance and things work, and you know.
Wouldn't you rather just be doing oil changes and brake pads?
Well, you know, you can make money doing that.
But that's no fun, is it?
No, you know, you never get paid for the hours you'll put into this, you know?
No.
Because it's all, you don't just go to the shelf and go, I'll just go get this all made.
No,
You've got to
I
sit
can
there,
see. That's...
and you can't cheat the angles. You can't go, I'm just going to get a pipe. And... So,
Yeah.
anyway, once this is done, it
But
should be a
you write
weapon.
this all off to R&D. You can't actually
No,
bill a
that's it.
customer for all your time on this.
This is more, this project will work well. We know it. Yeah, a few more months. This.
Now, if you don't mind, just
Yeah,
just
no.
ignore that and just go
I
over
can't
there.
do it.
Away you go. Go on. Go on.
What am I doing over here?
I don't know.
Where do we put the pipes though? Where do we put the 3.5 inch pipes? We put a...
No, there will be. We're going to have a active exhaust, which looks like a muffler.
Yep.
And it's just, actually it's at that side where it normally is. And it's got a speaker in it, a sound transducer. It takes a signal out of the CAN bus, and a little computer does its magic, and it pretends that it's a 5 or a 7-speed dual clutch or something like that. Like the amazing 5N we went in the other day. That's the plan.
Oh my gosh.
It just won't do the kick in the back thing like it did.
Yeah.
It won't simulate the gear changes, but at least it'll sound like a 928. I think it's important, don't you?
Oh, look, you know, sound is good.
Petrol guys go, oh yeah, it's kind of cool, maybe. A bit fake, but why not? It's the EV owners that don't like the idea of sound in an EV. No. Electric cars are meant to be silent. You're ruining it by putting sound back in. So, gentle viewer, what do you think? Should an electric 928 have the V8 burble at the touch of a button? Or should it rejoice and celebrate its silence? Why don't you leave a comment?
I think as time goes on, people will go, oh, why do we need sound? Because they never grew up with sound. They've never owned cars with sound. So it's like a...
Or they've owned cars with crappy sound.
Or crappy sound.
Yeah,
They
which goes.
or they just have, I don't know, they have no love towards a nice sound.
Yeah.
Like you say,
Yeah.
a BMW, an RB, they
Yeah.
sound amazing.
The electric classic car guys in the UK, they take Testarossas, which are the most beautiful,
Yeah.
typically red, and turn them into Tesla Rossas by putting Tesla power into them.
You know, I'm not a Ferrari guy, but you can't deny that they sound amazing.
They're much more powerful, they're much faster, they got more torque, they drive better, they do everything better, but they don't sound like the Ferrari. So,
Yeah.
And people would say, with my car, you're doing the same thing, what's the difference? And I go, well, this car was never going to get back on the road, we're trying it, just to
Yeah.
see what it's like.
But, you know, like a Ferrari, you go, you can hear it, you can smell it. It's exciting, where electric will never have that. Not discounting it, but petrol's cool, diesel's cool, so's electric.
Diesel's not cool.
It is cool. Diesel's very cool. All right.
What are we doing? We're making a bracket up.
This guy will sit there, he'll sit there. I'll cut they'll get cut and they'll intersect with this one.
Beautiful.
And I'll put a stool down there, that'll be plenty for it, and it can be removable. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit rude, it'll be strong, and you know.
Every little thing you do in aluminium is saving weight.
Well, that weighs like, so it's super light, but it's, you know, rigid.
That's 200 grams, whereas the one that came out was 2 kilograms.
And it sits like that.
Oh yeah. Can you just put a Porsche 928 part number on it?
Sure.
When the cover goes on, it'll sit above at about this height.
Yep.
I can see one panel that's going to sit here with leather straps. You just take it out to get access to your cooling and stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
This section won't need regular access, but nonetheless, it'll be continuation. It'll be carpeted, and we don't need to actually put sound deadening all over the bottom of the car, because if you've got large covers here, whether they're ply or composite material, whatever, they can have thick soundproofing on the inside. That way we don't need to put it all around the floor. And this whole section here, all the way to the back of the car, will be really well sound insulated. Because 928s have really good luggage space. I used to take all my tools and everything to the track in them, and even a full-size bicycle with the front wheel off. Very, very practical car for 2 people. Can't be an episode of inCARnation with Matt if there aren't sparks. There has to be sparks every time. It'll need to be tidied up, but I think you can see it's super, super solid. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And how will that black section be attached to the aluminium?
We'll bolt it, especially behind the driver.
Yeah, if you don't want it coming forward and hitting you.
You don't want it coming forward and hitting you.
Not with 400 volts, 600 amp.
Yeah.
So here's our motto on screen. Think 3 times, measure twice, cut once.
And grind 4 times.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If in doubt, just grind it. Just get it square this way.
Yep. It's rock solid.
Like it's all the mount points are close to each other. Got one there.
Done. You know, Wayne Irvine responded recently to one of those memes on the internet saying, what is something that was cool in the 1970s but is no longer safe for kids? And he replied, Rolf Harris. He's a very funny guy, Wayne.